Didn't sound good. Hey, good evening, everyone, and welcome to ProKart Indoor here in Burnsville, courtesy of MBTV Sports. Right now, we are sitting down with last week's winner. It's Adam Ratliff. Adam, kind of a crazy race with that chicane last week, and you were able to get the win.
Yeah, no, that was a really fun race. It's pretty stressful there. I thought Jordy was gonna get me. I didn't think he took his joker yet, or I thought he already took his joker. So I thought when he passed me that first time, it was over. So I kind of I was pushing really hard to get him back. And then he took his joker, so I just tried to run away with it. And I think his car kind of fell off at the end as well, so just gave me a shot to run away with it a little bit. So,
you know, it seems like this place is a lot about experience. How much time do you have inside this building racing these karts?
Well, I have a lot of time here. I actually work here part-time, so I have a lot of experience on this normal track layout that we do. But some of these other track layouts, I think we all have a pretty even amount of experience. All these weekly league racers, they just kind of, well, you know, we've all done this track pretty much at the same time every week, so or every other week or whatever it is. So we all have a lot of experience. I think it's pretty even. Any new drivers usually takes a couple weeks, but you figure it out pretty quick racing these guys. You
know, and you say a lot of experience, and you say that experience is key with the laps around here. How much different is it from kart to kart racing those laps?
Yeah, so all the karts are really different. Well, not super different, but they all have their own characteristics a little bit. You know, tire wear and just you know, use over the years. You know, these are rental karts for just anybody to walk in and use. So they all just feel a little different. But that's where the big experience comes in, knowing how to adapt. These cars feel different every week. Even though you might think you might know a kart, but when you get into it, it's completely different than it was last week or even the day before that. So it's all about just being able to adapt. That's one thing that I really look up to Jordy. He's really good at adapting to each kart. I'm trying to do better at that myself. So,
you know, working here, do you feel any more added pressure to kind of run up front?
You know, a little bit, because I just feel like if I wasn't, you know, people can easily make fun of me, I guess, for that, you know. But no, I think these guys are also experienced. I mean, these guys have been racing here longer than I've been alive, so it's kind of, I don't feel a lot of pressure, but I feel a little bit, you know, especially, I've worked here almost 2 years now, so yeah, quite a little bit of pressure, but not a whole lot, no.
And you know, now taking that pressure into it, do you have any expectations for yourself going into these league racing nights to run up front?
You know, I just expect myself to drive well. I don't always expect to be up front or to, you know, I don't really expect anything. Anything can happen out there, even, you know, just kart issues, or even, you know, any kart can be different, like I said, and just stuff happens out there. I don't really expect any finishing positions, but I expect myself to drive respectfully with other drivers and not cause any real accidents or anything. And I expect myself to perform to my own expectations, you know. Otherwise, it really, I do think about it all week. If I don't do good, and I'll remember it, and I remember that more than the good races.
Now, to close it out, are you ready to call for back-to-back wins?
You know, that's the goal. We're gonna go for it. I feel pretty confident tonight. I've had a good couple of weeks. Even in the first week that you guys were here, I went from 11th to 2nd, so that was a really good night. And then the win last week, so there's a little bit of pressure because 2 really good weeks in a row, it can always end. But at the same time, I want to keep that streak going, so we're gonna go for it. I'm second in points right now, just trailing by about 4 points from Jordy. So I'm gonna try and get him, and yeah, we'll see how it goes.
You know, with accumulating points through this deal, how important is it to just have a solid night?
Yeah, one bad night can really mess up your whole season. I know Hunter Carlson last week, he's a really good driver, but last week he just had a rough week, and it's going to affect him in the long haul. I think I've had a pretty good season to this point, but it can all end pretty quick. So yeah, we get one drop week, so our worst week will be dropped at the end of the year or at the end of the season. But still, you don't want to have to use that drop week ever.
Adam, 2 strong weeks. Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
There you have it, Adam Ratliff, last week's winner here at ProKart Indoor.
And now we've got the corded one. You want to run down there and see if they've got line or just pick a little bit from the headers. Maybe give me some ideas of what to talk about up here. How many guys are coming? Whatever. You can come up and also chat with Ben. Ben's here. You can chat with him. Ben, you're gonna come up and do some chat with you then, okay?
You got your iPad tonight, or?
Yes, I do. We're gonna go to you guys. You guys,
Their website.
you guys want to sit there?
Don't know that. What's your passcode?
44744.
44744. Nope.
That's not it.
4477.
And we're
That's the ticket. Let's see.
Yes. So just take the music down instead of abruptly. Just grab the button and drag it over nice and slow when you're ready. And then we'll just cut the bridge.
That's it. There we go.
We won't put you guys on camera, okay? Just don't have the camera angle. You guys sit there. It's just, you guys can ready to take down music nicely. Okay? Go forward to here. You already clicked live, so it was already turned on. You can turn on your mic and both you guys can. This is his. Okay. I would rather use that. The two wirelesses are right next to each other. It's gonna be static. Okay, you guys are live.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome back to ProKart Indoor here in Burnsville, Minnesota. Thank you so much for tuning in to MBTV Sports to watch this live league racing night. I am joined tonight by Ben Brost. Ben, first time here at ProKart?
second time, actually. I was here a couple of years ago for the Christmas party that MBTV Sports put on, and thrills, spills, and chills all night long for sure.
Literally.
Yeah, literally. The highlight of that night, I hope to God we don't see it again, was Mike Mueller on the backstretch. He went for a little bit of a ride. Well, thankfully, he came out good after that. But, yeah, second time here at ProKart here in Burnsville. Thank you to you, and thank you to MBTV Sports for having me out here tonight. And excited to see some good Tuesday night racing.
We've got a couple drivers over in that Wisconsin neck of the woods competing tonight, and who might that be?
Well, we got Caleb Moen from Eau Claire and Blake Anderson from Elk Mountain. Caleb Moen, of course, last year he is the 2023 Rowdy Nationals champion, and Blake Anderson took last year off, but he's got a pile of wins in the UMSS as well as just a great overall friend of the sport, too. So, speaking of carts rolling out, looks like we got some carts coming out here, getting the tires warmed up.
We've got carts rolling on the speedway, as Ben said. We've got practice sessions going on right now. We've got 24 competitors tonight, so we will go 2 heat races. Each heat race will then be inverted on the track, so we will go one direction for one heat. We will go another direction for the other heat. We will most likely have a B main tonight that transfers to, and then a main. I believe last week we went 30 laps. Exciting A-main event on these very small confines here indoors at ProKart.
Well, one of the coolest things that we see here, and one of the most challenging parts it is for us, the coolest thing is the great equalizer, which is each one of these carts. The bad thing is for us, the only way we know who these guys are is if we can actually recognize their helmets.
Yes. Yeah, so we get names on the starting lineups, but once the racing action starts, we get nicknames for these drivers. So we'll try our best to kind of judge one driver from another, but we'll for sure get nicknames of the drivers, and if we can, we can try and decipher from each and possibly get an actual name in there.
Well, I'll put it this way, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to do our best. This is a challenge for us in the announcers world as well.
You know, we joke with drivers a lot that the best thing that they can do is have very recognizable numbers on their cars so we can see them. We have issues with that here.
Yeah, we do. Considering the top three out there in the practice session right now all have flat black helmets, and we're using the helmets to try and differentiate these guys.
And we got
to get nicknames and then potentially some real names as well. So live timing right now, lap time being turned in. Racing Ryan leading the pack with a 20.974, 20.974, Colin.
as Racing Ryan leads us by a healthy margin. It was a half-second lead the last time by. We've got 13 down. This time it's 1.3 seconds back to Clutch in second.
Racing Ryan looks to be running about a 7-cut length advantage, and seconds all by himself as well. We are racing 2 by 2 for third and fifth out of the racetrack. Colin.
It's a gaggle of cars battling for third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, they hit 12th on the field. Throw a blanket over those racing back in the field as Racing Ryan leads Clutch and SEW, Hunt Co. and Racewiz in fifth.
As the back of the pack starts to get back lined up, nose to tail, a little bit of strategy taking place here. Again, this being a league night, Colin, these guys, they don't know necessarily which cart they're going to get. Every cart is going to handle slightly different, and when you only have a limited space to operate here, Colin, strategy is going to come into play, that's for sure.
They say that the carts are equal until you get down to tire wear and a little bit of engine uses. We've got a pass for the lead. Clutch now to the top spot by Racing Ryan, as that 15 cart seems to be a good one so far.
Racing Ryan right on his back bumper as they head into the first set of turns onto the racetrack, going down, I guess what we'll call the back chute. They are a good straightaway ahead of the rest of the field. Third place cart, NSEW, out there all by himself. We got a decent battle happening for the lead, as they say. We got a dandy Berlin.
Clutch actually doubled his lead there from just over a tenth to now a third, just under a third of a second at .032. Racing Ryan hot on his heels to see if there's any sort of mistake, as we're halfway, 7 down, 7 to go.
7 in, 7 remaining for your leader, Clutch, and made a pass about 2.5 laps ago. Got about a car length advantage as they head into the second set of turns. Now, Colin, you'll notice as the drivers come into that first series of the S-curve right there, they're going to scrub off a fair amount of speed. Ideally speaking, if you keep up as much of that momentum as you possibly can, that is where you're going to capitalize. And the operative term there, keep your hands quiet. Keep your hands quiet. You don't want to be sawing on that steering wheel.
Especially being able to throw that cart sideways into that first corner and not shatter the tires at all, to lose that big speed and momentum is huge, as Clutch has just been phenomenal doing that through that S-curve. We've still got Clutch out front, Racing Ryan in second, NSEW third, Mick in fourth, Racewiz in fifth, Adamo sixth in sixth, Sam VP seventh, Hunt Co. 21 in eighth, Lil D in ninth, Old Brenner in 10th, Justin in 11th, and Jordy, who had a great run last week, hasn't been able to move forward in 12th.
And right there, that's what we're talking about as far as the tire wear and how these tires heat up. Same principles apply on the dirt tracks, on the kart tracks, as they do here as well, but it's a little different because you're racing on concrete. These guys don't know what their kart's going to do, don't know what the tires are going to do, so it's all about getting used to this in this heat race, and then we turn right around and go the other way.
It's incredible what these guys can do, jumping from cart to cart and being able to get the quick feel, as we've got 2 laps to go now for Clutch. Clutch took over that top spot. Just a few laps in, he's been able to distance himself by a half a second to Racing Ryan as we come to the checkered.
What I'll tell you, Colin, half a second is a world. And especially on this racetrack, too, you get a half to 3/4 second ahead. You definitely have a very distinct advantage, as the cream has most definitely risen to the top. Laundry is out this time by. Colin, take us home.
Well, this time by will be the checkered flag, as we had a gaggle of cars stopped in the S, but Clutch will pick up the win. Racing Ryan comes home second. Third will go to NSEW. as all the karts have now come across the finish line. The finish will look like this. In 12th, it's Old Brenner. 11th will be Hunt Co. Jordy in 10th. 9th to Race Wiz. Justin finishes 8th. Sam VP 7th. Lil D 6th. Adam 06 in the 5th spot. Nick in the 4th spot. NSEW in 3rd. Racing Ryan in 2nd. And picking up the first heat race is Clutch.
Clutch coming in clutch for sure and certain heat race number 1. As we can see now, the drivers getting out of their karts. Out in Hillsboro, Oregon, they've got a K1 speedway out there, right? So it's the same principle, okay? I was out there. It was just me and my girlfriend out on the racetrack. That is a ton of work trying to get, you have to really muscle these things around the racetrack, that's for sure.
Being able to be smooth in an actual kart, and especially in now one of these indoor in a super tight confine with drivers all around you, is just nearly impossible for these guys to do, and what they do is incredible.
Looking at this racetrack too, I mean, we can see what I'm going to call on our right is going to be the first set of turns, and on our left we're going to call that the second set of turns. So as we make the transition from the first set of turns along the backstretch, or so to speak, right back there on that backstretch wall, that gets real tight, quick, fast, and in a hurry. So I think 2 wide is probably going to be the most we're going to see out there, as we saw in that first heat race.
And speaking of tight confines, now we've got a couple of our micro sprint and non-wing UMSS traditional sprint car drivers out here with Blake Anderson and Caleb Moen. They know exactly what you mean by a tight confine.
As they say with the micro sprints and the traditional sprint cars, especially in the micro sprints, you don't get in them, you put them on. And this next heat race, this is going to be a good one. I'm excited to be able to see this. So we have a total, as I understand it, a total of 4 heat races here tonight. We are running 1 B main. We're going to take the top 2. Is going to go to the big dance. Big dance later on tonight. How many laps for that, Colin?
I believe last week, unfortunately, my knowledge is far off, which is not a big surprise.
Dude, we're announcers. We're not supposed to know things.
But I believe it was 30 laps last week.
30 laps.
With the B mains being 20. There were action all over the place in all events last week, and I'm not expecting anything different tonight.
I wouldn't think so, because the thing is about racers. This is going to sound very John Madden of me. But I'm going to tell you about racers. Racers want to race. And football. Yeah, racers want to win. Boom, tough acting and acting. All right, second heat race rolling out onto the racing surface. Again, racing on concrete, indoor, gas-powered karts, tire wear, tire heat, all of this is going to come into play. And now talk about the transition from racing UMSS Sprint Car, where your hands are constantly buzzing on that steering wheel. What you have to do in these karts, you want to keep your hands a little bit more quiet while simultaneously figuring out where it is you need to be on the racetrack.
I'd almost contest this just like racing. From what I've heard from drivers racing at Knoxville, you just try and tie your arms down so your hands really don't move very much.
Yeah, very true. All right, we're getting some heat in the tires here at ProKart Burnsville, Minnesota. Thank you so much to the fine folks here for having us at MBTV Sports here, and able to identify, heading into the second set of turns, coming down the front stretch right now. The only reason why I can pick him out, Blake Anderson, the Built2 shirt, and also with a green helmet.
He's one of the only guys that comes to an indoor race with tear-offs on his helmet.
It's fun. His son is sitting to our immediate left right here, Dalton. And Dalton, you going to be cheering on your dad tonight? What's that, buddy?
Yeah.
How do you think he's going to do?
Good.
Think he's going to win?
Maybe.
Should make for a fun ride home if he doesn't, huh?
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
I bet your dad thinks that much confidence on a regular Wednesday night over at Thunder Hill, too.
No doubt.
All right, we've got 15 circuits around this multiple cornered racing facility.
By my count, 12 turns.
I'm going to forget that as soon as we throw the green here.
12 turns. But I'm not going to be able to.
We will still focus on the first set of turns and the second set of turns.
Agreed.
And we're underway here for heat race number 2 of round number 1. We will get names as soon as drivers start to cross the finish line as they jockey for position here down the backstretch and into the second set of turns.
Naderade in the number 15 cut, showing the way in the early stages of this one. He seems to have it pretty well dialed how he's getting into the corners. There's a lot of science behind and physics behind getting into the throttle, where to get out, and that's what these guys are trying to figure out right now too. Oh, trouble!
That's Caleb Moen over there going around, and the yellow flag will come out. Caleb got a little too hot into the corner. He nearly cleared out Blake Anderson, but chose to spin that kart to avoid catastrophe.
And it darn near was catastrophic. So, karts are going to stop at the start-finish line again. We do a complete stop and start, so it is not a rolling start here. So as Caleb Moen is going to drive her all the way up to the tail of the field after that mishap over the entrance into the second set of turns, bringing up the first caution of the night, 3 and 12 remaining. Here we go.
So they will do a slow pace over to the entrance of the first set of turns, and that's where the green flag will fly, and we're back underway.
I wonder if that's a trick from the officials here at ProKart, try and get these guys to just slow down, maintain their speed a little bit, but also give them a rolling start. We'll see how well that pays off.
Naderade continuing to lead in that strong kart number 15. Jake running in the second spot with Brig in third, Nugget in fourth, and the Crusher running fifth.
You know, the bump and run move I think we're going to be seeing here a little bit more often than not. I saw it between Brig and Nugget in the battle for third, a little bit of bump and run over the entrance of the first set of turns to our immediate right where the karts are heading right now as a Naderade gets to extend his lead out by about 4 car lengths. It was split by half a second at the start-finish line, Colin.
It's Brig and Nugget battling side by side. Nugget's on the inside. He'll take over the third spot. Brig back to fourth. Crusher in that fifth position right on his tail.
We saw with the number 14 kart, Oli, he got freight trained a little bit, which doesn't make sense. If you step out of line, you better have the momentum to be able to actually capitalize on that. Otherwise, the pack is just going to pass you by.
Blake Anderson looking to take advantage of one kart out of line. He'll take a spot. Give Blake Anderson now 10th in kart number 4 with the green dome.
I guarantee you the Amish assassin right now, Blake Anderson, is doing nothing but thinking and strategizing underneath that green helmet. I spoke too soon. The number 17 of Nate in a dogfight got around him on the outside, back to the inside. Nate takes his spot back. And it's Blake Anderson, Caleb Moen bringing up the rear as a Naderade continues to put on a clinic here in heat race number 2.
We are halfway down this time by. We've got 6 laps remaining as Naderade has led from the drop of the green. Here comes that 14 kart. That's Oli. Oli will take over the 8th position now as the lead duo, or excuse me, the lead pack is starting to distance themselves out ever so slightly.
You know, it's interesting to be able to watch these guys and how they're maneuvering as we look over right to the left of the green light. Each one of those cars seems to be entering that corner pretty well the same way, and those that have a little momentum coming out of the second set of turns can carry that momentum through, and as you can see the cars, they slide up without chattering. Those are the ones who have the momentum.
It's about a second lead for Naderade as he's led from the drop of the green. He may encounter one lap car in Caleb Moen as the laps continue to wind down. 3 to go.
This time by Naderade with 1.229 second advantage as they cross the start-finish line. Last time, Flagman giving the 2 to go this time by. He's going to throw the laundry out here in just a second. Naderade Crusher got into second over Jake. A lot of action going on out here tonight, Colin.
The Crushers really moved through this field as the white flag flies. 1 lap to go for Naderade, with Crusher, Jake, Nugget, and Brig rounding out the top 5.
As the checkers come up and down, Naderade takes it in cart number 15. Crusher comes back in second place, rounding out your first 3. Jake in the number 6 cart. Nugget in the 19 cart finish in 4th. And Brig rounds out your first 5. Check this out, Colin. Look at the gap between first and 5th. 3.454 seconds separated first through 5th. That is a lifetime on a racetrack like this, Colin.
Oh, no kidding. It just shows how consistent Naderade was out front that whole way, because he didn't even get pressured really in that race, even though Crusher was able to move through the field, but Naderade just walked the dog out front.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So now we're going to, we don't invert the field as I understand it. We just go the other way on the racetrack, correct?
The running order changes a little. It's not a full invert, but the running order does change a little bit from Heat 1 to Heat 2. But when you are correct, we now will go the opposite direction. So now for your viewing pleasure at home, turns 1 and 2, or the first set of turns will now be to the left. The second set of turns will be to the right.
Maybe we should have thought that through so we didn't get so confused. Well, we'll figure it out.
Well, maybe we'll have to do the left is turn 1 and the right is turn A.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, tuning in on MBTV Sports, thank you so much for checking us out. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, check out all of our socials. So we've appears to have a little bit of a pause in the action.
As we've got just a little bit of time in between heat number 1 and heat number 2 for the second round. Blake Anderson on the screen now. Looks like a totally different person with a shorter beard on the ProKart timing screen down there at the start-finish line.
Had you not pointed that out, I wouldn't have recognized him.
I don't know why it drew my attention, but it must have been many moons ago.
Must have been. So, Colin, as we have a little time right now. Actually, we have a little time right now, so we are going to cut to a break. So, again, thank you so much for tuning in here at MBTV Sports.
When you've got to ship it from anywhere to anywhere,
QualityFreightRate.com.
the LTL Freight Logistics Specialist for your small business.
QualityFreightRate.com.
We simplify shipping, eliminate those surprise charges, and negotiate the best rates from most LTL qualified carriers.
QualityFreightRate.com.
Special residential and liftgate rates available for automotive and ag implements.
QualityFreightRate.com.
Use the promo code ICE and get 10% off your first shipment. Startup is so easy. Get a quote and ship today. QualityFreightRate.com.
My two passions in life is racing and selling good high-end meat. So my grandfather came here from Germany back in the late 20s. He decided to open his own shop in 1951. He had all the recipes, he had all the talent. His father was a meat guy. His father's father was a butcher. They weren't football players, basketball players. They were in the meat business. And that's our family. That's what we're good at. Old World Meats was derived from Frank's Meats. That was my grandfather's name. I know the quality of my beef is the best because I've purchased it directly from the ranchers that certified Angus beef. We know what our beef is continuously and it's very consistent. So we're located up here in Duluth on beautiful Lake Superior, just a stone throw off of Highway 61. I've lived here my whole life and it's where I wanted to raise my family. To be successful, you need to have a talent. And I knew I was going to be in the meat business. I can taste spices, I can pick out flavors, where they need to come in, where they need to stop. So knowing your strengths are important and knowing where you came from. We have a hot snack stick that's got actually 8 different spices of heat in that, and it layers the flavors in the heat. That's what makes the difference with our product. The most exciting part was becoming coast to coast with the Old World Meats snack sticks. My neighbor stopped me on the street and said, "Paul, I was just down in Georgia and this gas station had your product." It was one of the highlights of the year. I don't know of a state at this point that we haven't had product in. Being in business in a small town really puts things into perspective. It's the little things for me to be appreciated and respected. So this whole operation here, it doesn't have to be the biggest, but it needs to have passion. And today, I'm changing lives of people that work with me. My guys are learning lifelong skills and values. That's the good stuff. Let's make the world a better place. Let's have a good time at it.
And welcome back, everybody, to ProKart Indoor here in Burnsville as heat racing action in number 2 starts to ramp up as we've got some practice laps as drivers will now maneuver the course backward from what we did the first round. This second set of heat races will line up on the first heat race starting position, so all the drivers that started in an odd position will be in this first heat race. All the drivers that started in an even position will be in the second heat race, as we will still have 12 and 12 in each heat race.
Plus with the field, also with the field inverted, too, it'll give guys who maybe had a good cart but finished toward the tail of the field, give them an opportunity to be able to advance and actually get a better point average for the feature. So we have a standing start right now over in what was the first set of turns. We'll now call that the second set of turns. Blake Anderson leading the charge up to green. Here we go.
Let's see if cart 15 can go undefeated, and as I say that, it probably will not, as it gets shuffled back to second. And Blake Anderson now with a lot of good drivers right behind him with a ton of experience here.
Hutco 21 jumps out some early to lead cart number 6. And there's a bit of a bottleneck that's forming behind Blake Anderson. In cart number 15, cart number 14, Sam VP right on his back bumper as they come to the second set of turns, approaching the start-finish line. Hutco 21 in cart number 6, making it look easy out there, Colin.
He's walking the dog so far, but Race Wiz trying to throw his hat in the ring for that top spot, looking to make a big charge. He was 1.4 seconds back the last lap. This time by Hutco continues to lead with 13 to go. This time by the lead now at 1.5 seconds, so it stretches a little bit for Hutco.
And between Race Wiz running in second place, Sam VP in third. Sam VP running in third, 2.735 seconds back from your leader, Hutco 21. Out there all by himself in cart number 6.
It's the Skater main in the 5th spot, with Nate running 4th, Sam VP in 3rd, Race Wiz running 2nd with Hutco 21 continuing the lead as we've got 5 down, 10 to go.
Yeah, taking a look through this entire field, we just saw Naderade finish first in his heat race. He's now hanging out of the tail of the field. So obviously starting position matters a ton. Also drivability, maneuverability, And a lot of these guys that are running these carts here, Colin, they do this weekly, so they've got a fair amount of experience. Some of these guys are traveling, or special guests, what have you. These guys, they got their hands full.
We talked about it in the pre-race a little bit of how important it is to have a lot of experience around here. I see Blake Anderson kind of shuffling back through the field, but it shows that experience at this place is just a huge thing, and it's frustrating when you don't have it.
Yeah, to me, I'm watching Blake's kart, and it almost looks like something's wrong with it. Almost.
We will speculate there is something wrong with it. Blake's usually not an anchor in the field at all. So I will give it to him. There is something clearly wrong with that.
There's some sort of, well, if you can see us on TV, I'm holding up air quotes, mechanical failure. Even though we just saw that kart dominate in the last heat race, so we'll call it a mechanical failure. Sorry, Blake.
I gave him the good announcer's jinx right away, saying it's been 2 for 2.
It's your fault.
He's back there checking to see if anybody's behind him. I hate to tell him there's nobody there.
In the meantime, Hunko 21 out front. Out by himself, making it look easy. He's in the second set of turns, and now coming across the start and finish line. We have 5 laps remaining. 4 to go. Now 4 to go at the stripe. Hunko 21 out front. Race Wiz in second. Sam VP in third. Nate running in fourth. And Cole Skateman rounding out your first 5 as the laps wind down in this heat race.
It's a good battle there for the second and third spot between Race Wiz and Sam VP, along with the 5th and 6th spot. It was a good battle as well with Nate and Cole Skateman.
The number 6 kart, Hunko 21 out front. Laps clicking on. Hunko 21 just crossed the start finish line, going into the first set of turns to our immediate left. Look at this, Colin. About to put a lap on Blake Anderson is Hunko 21.
He's got one more lap to not go a lap down. Hunko has led from basically the drop of the green flag. His lead is 2.9 seconds. He takes it easy on Blake Anderson down the back straightaway, and he will look to cruise to the win. Hunko picks up the win. Race Wiz comes home second. Sam VP in third. Nate finishes fourth, and Cole Skateman finishes in the 5th spot.
And Blake Anderson started on the pin and drove it all the way up to 12th.
Well, if you're not first, you're last. He just took it literally.
Yeah, I'm going to hear about that on the way home.
He had fun, though.
Yeah, that's... Well, did you have fun?
Stop at the Walmart, get him a blue ribbon. and luckily we can do this because Blake's just a good sport.
Yeah. Blake and Caleb actually rode with me up here, so it's gonna be a fun, interesting ride home full of a bunch of trash talking, and I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Well, Caleb starts on the pin of the next one. What's the worst he can do? Go last?
Oh God, I hope so. I really want this to happen. I've never cheered good-naturedly, of course. You know, Colin, you and I as announcers, naturally, we do legitimately want everyone to win.
100%.
I want everybody to win, and I want nonstop quality action. But the best part about what it is that we do, especially in the off season, is for an event like this, we get to practice, we get to have fun, and some of these guys that we know, we get to kind of poke fun of a little bit, because you and I have never lost a race on the microphone, my friend.
They may be lapping us on the track, but I'm still undefeated.
Yep, I am. This coming up in my 27th year on the microphone. I've never once lost a race.
That's right. You know, we might not keep stats on ourselves, but we keep stats on everybody else.
That's the most important stat we can take, is the one that we do not take on ourselves. So as we get the field set and stacked and re-racked for a final heat race of the night, with Caleb Moen going to be starting on the pin. Yeah, this ought to be good.
If he can keep the lead through the first half a set of corner, He has officially beaten Blake Anderson. If he cannot finish last, he might have bragging rights for the summer.
Well, we all know that they don't pay for the first lap, pay for the last, and obviously paying here is in bragging rights, of course. So we'll see who gets to take home the bragging rights between those two. Obviously, those two are actually good friends and mentor and protege type relationship that they have, and so
Blake has been there for 1 billion laps that Caleb's run.
Yep. In fact, we were talking about that on the way up here, how when Blake is coaching somebody, and I think this goes for a lot of coaches to players and mentors to proteges, that when they are coaching somebody, you got to coach to that individual person, right?
Yep.
And Blake does coach and teach to Caleb as an individual person, as well as they're out there taking their warm-up laps right now, Colin. So going to put some more heat back in the tires. That number 6 kart that Caleb Moen is in, we just saw that win the heat race just last race.
I have to take one more shot because we know that Paul Barons has a good kart starting last.
Yes.
Caleb Moen starts on the pole here for the second heat race. As we start practice laps here for this second heat race of the final round of heat racing action here for night number 3 of broadcasting here at ProKart Indoor for League Racing.
Not to rewatch the run.
Well, Colin, as announcers, we don't get too many worst-case scenarios. This could be a worst-case scenario right now, being joined on the microphone by the guy who started on the pin, drove all the way up to 12th, Blake Anderson. How are you?
He's first at 12, not bad, huh?
Pretty good effort. How
See how Caleb does.
Caleb Moen from the pin.
Caleb back to third after the first set of corners. He's racing like his idol, Blake Anderson, out there.
Again, mechanical failure.
Right now we've got Old Burner out front with Ole running in second, Jordy in third, and Brandy in the fourth spot, and ProKart running fifth.
ProKart hanging out in fifth. Caleb got shuffled to the about 6, getting worked over right now by the number 17 of Nick Buto. Back all the way to 10th now, Caleb Moen, you're the leader. Old Burner 54. Running in kart number 14. Driving it real smooth. Coming through the second set of turns. Comes off a little bit of momentum right there as we just saw. Now coming down the backstretch, he's got Jordy right on his tail. Jordy in the number 10 kart.
Jordy didn't have the heat race he wanted the first round, but he's hot on the heels of Old Burner here in the second round. Looking for any sort of mistake to pounce and take the lead. I think Blake Anderson has won the second set of heat races as we've got a battle for the lead through the second set of turns. Old Burner able to hold off the charge.
Right now looks like Jordy is working. They go wheel to wheel coming through the second set of corners. We have got a new leader in Jordy in the number 10 kart. As they hit into the second set of corners, Jordy extends his lead over Old Burner by about a kart length coming to the start-finish line. Jordy, your new leader, 9 laps remaining, Colin.
It was a hop, skip, and a jump over here in the first set of turns to get the lead. But he's able to start distancing himself as we've got a great battle for the 4th, 5th, and 6th spot between a number of karts with 8 laps remaining.
Cross legs in the air, 8 up, 8 down. We have number 3 kart. That was Justin. Got caught up over in the second set of turns.
We've got lap traffic going to come into play with Justin running in the 12th spot. Justin makes it easy on Jordy. Along with Old Burner. This time by, we've got 6 laps to go.
I mean, I even did better.
Jody making it look easy out there. Old Burner in the second. What do we have here, Colin? Oh, never mind. That was just Caleb going a lap down.
Caleb Moen once again going a lap down. Blake Anderson didn't do that in his heat race.
Yep.
Well, we've got one kart out of commission over there. It looks like a flat left rear tire. That is a legitimate mechanical failure.
A legitimate mechanical failure with a flat left rear tire.
We will stay green through the process here. 3 laps to go. The leader still out front. It's Jordy. Old Burner in the 2nd spot. Oli in 3rd. Lil D 4th. And Racing Ryan.
Caleb Moen just gets the move over flag.
Jordy out there putting laps on a couple of cars at the tail of the field. White flag out, and this time by one or more. Trip around ProKart Burnsville for Jordy.
Unfortunate break for ProKart as he was out front or up in the early pack at the start of the race. But it's been Jordy really from the drop of the green as he'll win round number 2, heat race number 2. Second will go to Old Burner. Oli in the 3rd spot, Lil D 4th, Racing Ryan 5th, Nugget 6th, Nick in 7th, Crusher in 8th, Brandy in 9th, Justin in 10th, and Caleb Moen rounds out the running order in 11th, and ProKart rounding out the field in 12th. Well, preliminary action in the books. Blake Anderson, it looks like you possibly will be running a B main. Could top 2 be in that B main?
Alphabet soup, boys.
Walk us through what happened out there. I know you. What we were talking about is just the consistency of kart, but also getting used to it, getting used to how these things handle versus what you know. So, like, I'm not poking fun of you like we did on the broadcast. But it was good-natured, of course. But walk us through what happened out there.
Well, I mean, I've come up here quite a bit, and I've done all right, but when you're good as a 19.5 and everybody else's is an 18.9, that's not very great. So I don't really know where I'm lacking, but I know that anytime I'm just getting crushed. So I think the pile of carts coming into me probably didn't help much because it was hard to get gathered back up.
Well, what we called was mechanical failure. It's interesting to actually watch like what some of these guys do here that race here on a weekly basis versus an experienced racer like you on the big tracks. What you guys are capable of doing here, it's got to be a completely different animal.
Oh, definitely. I mean, we got a pretty good group that comes up here all the time, and we have a good time with it, and we're all pretty consistent, I would say, as far as lap times and where we're running. But I mean, some of these guys have been coming up here for 12 years, the one guy said. So it's like,
well, let's just say that Adam Ratliff, who won last week, has the most pro skill points. So in essence, he finishes really well, but races the most at 4,784. And let's just say, and Caleb, he's got a nice gentleman's 1183, so he's a little bit behind the 8 ball to start with.
This is the second time he's been here.
A gentleman's 1183.
Or I guess in his case, a young boy's 1183.
I guess we'll go see how I pair up with the C class and go from there.
We got to start at the bottom here.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't come in here expecting big things, but I just wanted to come up and have fun.
Chili Bowl, Burnsville, coming through
Right.
the soup.
Right.
Here we go. Well, yeah, the biggest thing though, Blake, is you got to. It's a challenge. You have to challenge yourself, right?
Right.
You know, that's why you had to sandbag in a heat race and deal with the mechanical failures on your cart and all that stuff.
Oh,
correct?
lots of mechanical failures.
Yeah.
Actually, the first car did have had a stuck throttle, to be honest. I had to use the brake to kill it. It was wide open the whole time otherwise.
Oh, wow.
So it was hard to get used to that. And then, yeah, it is good test to get ready to get back in the car. So.
And there we have it. Blake Anderson giving us a rundown of how heat racing action went and his massive expectations for the B main, as we will cut now to commercial here on MBTV Sports.
When you need to ship it.
Freight is the backbone of the country, and as long as people need goods, they're going to need somebody to get it to them. My name is Matt Bowl with QualityFreightRate.com, powered by T-Force Worldwide. We provide LTL, truckload, and expedited freight services across this country. If your freight weighs over 120 pounds going over 120 miles, that's where my shipping rates kick in. We help companies ship easier for less. With our system, our customers are able to quote and book shipments with ease 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you're having trouble with damages, lost freight, claims of any sort, we can help you with our experience, solve the problem, tell you why it's happening and what you should do to prevent it in the future. Me and my team have been together for over 20 years. We know this industry. We can help all size business, big or small, we love them all. But we have a special spot for small business. Small businesses are pillars in the community. Low rates are critical for a small business because the margins are generally pretty small. They need to have competitive rates. They can't be getting gouged or they lose the sale. Freight is simple. People make it difficult. We work as consultants in the industry, so it doesn't matter what your problem is, we'll solve it. We educate the customers, we solve problems, and we lower their shipping rates. And that's what I've been doing for 20 plus years.
Kevco has been an industry leader in high-performance oil pans and components for over 35 years. Made in Fairmont, Minnesota, Kevco prides itself on being American-made. Kevco has expanded our product line way beyond just oil pans to valve covers, breather systems, jack stands, boilers, wheel sockets, and much, much more. Check out KevcoRacing.com to see everything we have to offer, including our line of street, off-road, and performance oil pans and accessories. Or call 800-770-3557 to talk with our friendly customer service today.
Auto Value Parts Stores has the parts you need for your car, truck, boat, or RV. With 8 locations in the Finger Lakes, including Canandaigua, Auto Value can help you find the parts you need, like motor oil for that do-it-yourself oil change, electrical wiring and lighting for your trailer. We even make customer-specific hydraulic hoses. Auto Value stocks everything that racer in your family needs. Let us help you locate your part or search online at autovalue.com.
When you've got to ship it from anywhere to anywhere,
QualityFreightRate.com.
The LTL Freight Logistics Specialist for your small business.
QualityFreightRate.com.
We simplify shipping, eliminate those surprise charges, and negotiate the best rates from most LTL qualified carriers.
QualityFreightRate.com.
Special residential and liftgate rates available for automotive and ag implements.
QualityFreightRate.com.
Use the promo code ICE and get 10% off your first shipment. Startup is so easy. Get a quote and ship today. QualityFreightRate.com.
My two passions in life is racing and selling good high-end meat. So my grandfather came here from Germany back in the late 20s. He decided to open his own shop in 1951. He had all the recipes, he had all the talent. His father was a meat guy. His father's father was a butcher. They weren't football players, basketball players. They were in the meat business. And that's our family. That's what we're good at. Old World Meats was derived from Frank's Meats. That was my grandfather's name. I know the quality of my beef is the best because I've purchased it directly from the ranchers that certified Angus beef. We know what our beef is continuously, and it's very consistent. So we're located up here in Duluth on beautiful Lake Superior, just a stone throw off of Highway 61. I've lived here my whole life, and it's where I wanted to raise my family. To be successful, you need to have a talent. And I knew I was going to be in the meat business. I can taste spices, I can pick out flavors, where they need to come in, where they need to stop. So knowing your strengths are important and knowing where you came from. We have a hot snack stick that's got actually 8 different spices of heat in that, and it layers the flavors in the heat. That's what makes the difference with our product. The most exciting part was becoming coast to coast with the Old World Meats snack sticks. My neighbor stopped me on the street and said, "Paul, I was just down in Georgia and this gas station had your product." It was one of the highlights of the year. I don't know of a state at this point that we haven't had product in. Being in business in a small town really puts things into perspective. It's the little things for me to be appreciated and respected. So this whole operation here, it doesn't have to be the biggest, but it needs to have passion. And today, I'm changing lives of people that work with me. My guys are learning lifelong skills and values. That's the good stuff. Let's make the world a better place. Let's have a good time at it.
And welcome back, everybody, to MBTV Sports here live at ProKart Indoor here in Burnsville, Minnesota. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We are experiencing a few technical difficulties along the way here. We are training in a few great new individuals for the team. We're getting it all figured out. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know how your viewing pleasure is going, and as we continue on here to improve not only on our side, but to continue to improve on the racing side as well. But it's been pretty great so far.
It's been a pretty enjoyable experience thus far, and just like racers got to practice, this is what it's about for us too, Colin. I mean, come up here on a Tuesday night, being able to get some reps in, as they say, as well as behind the cameras. We got a new camera guy, a brand new camera guy.
He's never even seen a camera before.
And we do have a new executive producer here as well that we're getting trained in. The whole goal here, Colin, and it's a good one, is really just to bring what we do on a local and regional level, give it that exposure that is needed here at MBTV Sports, and all around, it's a learning curve. It's a very steep learning curve, and I don't care how long you've been in this business, when you're on the production side, on the racing side, behind the microphone, it's a steep learning curve every year.
Everybody's got to learn, and everybody's got to start somewhere. This might be a little bit of a startup yet, but there's great things happening behind the scenes here at MBTV Sports, and we would love for you and your business to be a part of this, and please reach out on the website at mbtvsports.com, the Facebook page, for any sort of marketing needs. I know Matt and the team here would love to connect with you, connect with your business, get you any sort of marketing portfolio we can get for you to help expose your business to the great communities that we serve here in the metro and the western Wisconsin region so far, but we're hoping to continue to grow with any sort of activities that you need broadcasted here around the Minneapolis-St. Paul metro area, western Wisconsin. Sure, who knows? We might show up wherever we can find anywhere.
You know, I think just like when they invented the second wheel, that's when they invented racing. And wherever there's racing, it doesn't matter what type of racing that it is. We're going to be broadcasting lawnmower races coming up now.
Bull riding even.
And bull riding. Now,
no bull.
No bull. No bull. We're doing bull riding, no bull. And, when it comes to lawnmower races, now, I've called a couple of lawnmower races before. Let me tell you something about those people who race lawnmowers. They're not wired right. And they put on an amazing show. They have lawnmowers that go 80 miles an hour.
I've never been, but I don't think Matt would have to talk me really hard into it.
I've called, like I said, I called a couple of them, and the one race that I called, there's a guy who came to Medford, Wisconsin from eastern Kentucky with a lawnmower that he raced at Bristol on the big track, and he was doing 85 miles an hour going into the corner on a lawnmower.
I am a sprint car fan, and a lot of people say that sprint car drivers are just like clinically insane. That guy might be certifiably insane.
We can definitely say the same thing about bull riders, which MBTV Sports, we're going to be providing that coverage as well. I don't think you and I are going to be on the call for that one. However, I'd give it a shot.
If he needs somebody that has no idea what he'd be talking about, I'm his guy.
Yeah, the same. Yeah, there's a crazy person getting on a 1-ton animal with his own mind and trying to get bucked off. Yeah, that would be about my extent of my ability of being able to call a bull ride. However, between the two of us, we have a lot of experience behind the microphone calling of various forms of motorsports. But again, steep learning curve all around. And
we've got C-Main action about to roll. C-Main action about to roll. We've got 2 advancing to the B-Main. We have got both of our gunners starting in the 8th and 9th position. Let's see if either one of those guys could
if they don't advance to the B, they can walk home.
Take it to the bank. And the green flag is out.
Just kidding. Here we go. Tutti laps the distance over this first of our 2 consolation mains. Top 2 go to the B, and we are gone. Coming across that finish line, lap number 1. Cole Skateman, your leader, followed by Ole in second. Old Burner running third. Brandy with 3 eyes in fourth. Justin rounding out your first 5.
It's Ole running in the 2nd spot. Brigg running in 6th. Blake Anderson and Caleb Moen have jumped up a position. They'll run 7th and 8th, with ProKart running in 9th. The lead duo into the 2nd set of turns. It's Cole Skateman and Ole. Those are your 2 transfer carts, with Old Burner running in 3rd.
Cole Skateman now being challenged by the number 14 cart of Ole, following closely behind by Old Burner 54, first through 3. And Ole tries to do the bump and run as we go to the first set of turns. It doesn't work. Old Burner 54 advances into 2nd. Cole Skateman still out front, Colin.
It's the Skateman out front in cart number 19. We've got a change of positions for 2nd with Old Burner. Ole running in the 3rd spot, Justin 4th. Brigg running in that 6th position. And now for Skateman, it's don't make a mistake, because they're hot on my heels, not only for the cushion spot, but also for the transfer spot.
Top 2 go to the big dance. Or top 2 go to the B-Main, excuse me. And top 2 from that advance into the A. laps clicking on 14 laps remaining. Last time by Cole Skatemane out front, being challenged again by Old Bear 54. And Olia in the third. They are separated by about 5 kart lengths as they come into the final set of turns. The second set of turns, going to cross the start-finish line. It's going to be Cole Skatemane, Old Bender 54, and Oli your first 3. Colin, the pack has kind of separated itself out a little bit. And I just saw Blake Anderson take a look back and see if he can see where Caleb was at. And he had to look back pretty far because Caleb Moen is back by at least the biggest straightaway we have here at ProKart Burnsville.
Well, they're trying their best. Not nearly as many laps. Halfway down, 10 laps down, 10 to go. Cole Skatemane continues to run out front. Second is to Old Burner. Only continuing to run one transfer spot out.
Oh, wow. Cole Skatemane, a leader. And cart number 19, carting the start-finish line this time by Old Burner 54. Right there, fell about a cart length back, 3.376 seconds behind your leader, Cole Skatemane. And running in third, Oli in the third of the number 14 card, nose to tail, running the same line, just waiting for the cart in front of him to screw up, Colin.
Any sort of mistake, and Oli's going to try and capitalize on it. Fourth is Justin, and then we've got a large gap between Brigg and Justin. Brigg running in 5th, ProKart in 6th, Brandy in 7th, Blake Anderson in 8th, and Caleb Moen rounding out the field. As now we've got a move
between ProKart and Brigg and Brandy. Yeah, that's the way it looked.
Let's see how they try and score that. They go right back to the green flag as everybody's back going.
It was right after the start-finish line that they all just started piling up.
And the yellow will continue to stay out as the lead trio, or excuse me, the lead 4 will make it to the start-finish line. They will re-rack them, re-stack them. And get us back underway. We've got 4 laps to go. Next time around to finish out tonight's C-Main. The field will now go back to realign, and they'll see the green flag this time around to go back underway.
Give it up for the officials here at ProKart Burnsville. They are on their game, trying to give you folks the best show possible. Caution light goes out. They're going to come around the corners. Green is up and down. 3 to go.
Cole Skatemane trying to punch his ticket to the back of the B-Main, along with Old Burner 54. Blake Anderson has moved up a couple spots. He's in 6th with Caleb Moen running 7th.
The 2 go that time by in the first set of corners to our immediate right, Cole Skatemane in the number 19 car, continuing to lead the charge as they snake around to the second set of corners, come to the start-finish line. White flag out this time by Colin. Oh, bumping and grinding, moving and grooving for the lead. Cole Skatemane on the outside. Old Burner 54, he's going to try and throw a haymaker as they come through the final set of corners. Guys, you're battling for 1 and 2.
A little taunting to the checkered flag.
It looked like it.
But the winner is going to be Cole Skate Main. Second will go to Old Burner. Ole will be third, Justin fourth, Brandy fifth, Blake Anderson in sixth, ProKart in seventh, Brig in eighth. And on the way home, you might have to stop at the McDonald's to satisfy the wounds of Caleb Moen as he finishes in ninth.
Well, he kept on saying on the way here he wants to go to Raising Cane's right down the road, so I think that's where we're going to end up.
Who doesn't love chicken fingers?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely right, Dalton. We're going to Raising Cane's after this? Yeah, he says absolutely.
He's all for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that'll do it for tonight's C main action. Momentarily, we will bring out the B main, but until then, we will thank some of our marketing partners here on MBTV Sports.
When you've got to ship it from anywhere to anywhere,
QualityFreightRate.com.
the LTL Freight Logistics Specialist for your small business.
QualityFreightRate.com.
We simplify shipping, eliminate those surprise charges, and negotiate the best rates from most LTL qualified carriers.
QualityFreightRate.com.
Special residential and liftgate rates available for automotive and ag implements.
QualityFreightRate.com.
Use the promo code ICE and get 10% off your first shipment. Startup is so easy. Get a quote and ship today. QualityFreightRate.com.
My two passions in life is racing and selling good high-end meat. So my grandfather came here from Germany back in the late 20s. He decided to open his own shop in 1951. He had all the recipes, he had all the talent. His father was a meat guy. His father's father was a butcher. They weren't football players, basketball players. They were in the meat business. And that's our family. That's what we're good at. Old World Meats was derived from Frank's Meats. That was my grandfather's name. I know the quality of my beef is the best because I've purchased it directly from the ranchers that certified Angus beef. We know what our beef is continuously, and it's very consistent. So we're located up here in Duluth on beautiful Lake Superior, just a stone throw off of Highway 61. I've lived here my whole life, and it's where I wanted to raise my family. To be successful, you need to have a talent. And I knew I was going to be in the meat business. I can taste spices, I can pick out flavors, where they need to come in, where they need to stop. So knowing your strengths are important and knowing where you came from. We have a hot snack stick that's got actually 8 different spices of heat in that, and it layers the flavors in the heat. That's what makes the difference with our product. The most exciting part was becoming coast to coast with the Old World Meats snack sticks. My neighbor stopped me on the street and said, "Paul, I was just down in Georgia and this gas station had your product." It was one of the highlights of the year. I don't know of a state at this point that we haven't had product in. Being in business in a small town really puts things into perspective. It's the little things for me to be appreciated and respected. So this whole operation here, it doesn't have to be the biggest, but it needs to have passion. And today, I'm changing lives of people that work with me. My guys are learning lifelong skills and values. That's the good stuff. Let's make the world a better place. Let's have a good time at it.
And welcome back, everybody, to MBTV Sports, live at ProKart Indoor here in Burnsville. B-Main starting to roll toward the speedway, and we will turn it over to Ben Brost and Blake Anderson.
Hey, Ben, how you doing there?
Hi, Blake.
Good to see you.
Did you have fun out there? You tried your best.
I did try my best. I'm glad them couple of carts got out of my way. I was really pushing to get there and not even close, but I had fun.
Well, that's the most important thing. So we're going to do a little on-air production meeting here right now.
Okay.
So, right here, this is where we call the lineup.
Okay, they're going green. I got it. I'll figure it out.
Green is up and down, so their nicknames are going to come across here. So we see Jordy is out there in the number 19 cart, taking a lead. NSCW right behind him in the number 14 cart, Blake Anderson.
What? What'd you say? I can't hear you with the noises.
Jordy out there in the number 19 cart got a little bit of a battle happening for fourth and fifth. Race was in Humco 21 are duking it out.
Jordy's really getting after it there, ain't he?
So Jordy out there all by himself out front with about a 4-car length advantage over the rest of the field. MOCW running in second in the number 14 cart, followed by the number 6, Adam 06.
He's really pushing.
Three, Blake.
He wants that second place transfer spot. Look at him. Here he comes. This is where he's going to get his opportunity right here. Come on. And he missed it. That's unfortunate.
Did he even have the opportunity?
Maybe we can try the other corner. Come on, number 6. He got her in the back here. And he missed it again.
And that's Adam 06 out there in the number 6 card as they come down the backstretch. The number 19, Oliver Jordy.
There it is.
Got his opportunity right there, Blake Anderson.
Hi-yo. Swinging her wide, coming down the big backstretch. Got to hit the apex here, and he does it. Look at him go.
It is the number 6 of Adam 06 advanced into second place, but the battle is certainly not done. We've got 14 laps to go at the stripe coming up right now. Jordy out front, and he's got...
Ben, I tell you what, I guarantee if that Adam 06 would drop that visor, he'd gain about 2/10. That's the guy that Colin interviewed earlier.
We just had a pass battle for a fourth. The number 8 cart of the Race Wiz got ahead of Humco 21. And it is, so far though, in this B main with 13 remaining, it has been all Jordy in the number 19 cart. And Adam 06 and NSCW, they've got their work cut out for him to try and catch up to the number 19 cart of Jordy as he continues to walk away with this one, Blake.
Well, I know Jordy was sure having a hell of an argument downstairs before this B main, but it looks like it went to matters. He's just getting extra laps, if you ask me. He did not want to run a B main, Ben.
He did not want to run a B main.
Here he is out here winning a B main.
Pretty bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
They really wanted you down there to videotape their argument, I'm just saying. It was a good time, but now they're out here having fun, slapping hands, passing people.
Jordy continues to show the way. Adam 06 in the 6 cart in second. Putting some distance between himself, Adam 06, and the 3rd place cart, that is NSCW in the number 14 cart.
Adam in the 6, picking it up.
Yeah, he is picking it up a little bit. You're right. He was at a 1.32 second disadvantage. Now cut that disadvantage down to less than a second. 9/10 though, Blake Anderson, on this racetrack.
Oh, that's huge.
That is a mile.
I mean, in the B main, I gained 7/10 from my best lap time prior, so 9/10, he can do it.
I think he can do it too. 7 laps remaining, 13 in the books in this 20 laps.
Oh, hot pass in the S-turn. There he goes, folks, into 3rd place. The Race Wiz. You see him?
Yes, I did. Race Wiz are making a good pass over the second set of corners. Battle is for 3rd.
How many laps we got? 6 laps left, folks.
Top 3 going to the big dance. Top 3 advance to our A main. Currently sitting in those spots. Racer is Adam 06 and Jordy 3rd, 2nd, and 1st.
In these karts too, you can definitely see it as these guys come into these sharp corners, how they start to get that bounce. It literally does take rubber out here. Well, that's a true statement. What are you laughing about?
I'm not laughing about anything.
No.
I'm all business, Blake.
I thought you were looking at me laughing. Get back to the racing. Thought maybe I had something in my nose or something. All right, back to the races. Here goes Jordy again through the Esther. Oh, look at that corner entry, leaving a black skiddy right there.
Animal 6 is getting his lead, cut Jordy's lead down by 2 tenths in the closing stages of this one. We've got 1.5 more trips around ProKart of Burnsville. White flag going to be coming out this time by for Jordy. Animal 6 Raceman's running in the third. 0.6 of a second was it between first and second last time by this time by
Adam's closing.
Half of a second. He's got a long way to go and a short time to get there. Can he do it, ladies and gentlemen? Adam 06 going to the big dance anyway, battling for his starting spot at the back of the grid. Checkers up and down. Jordy takes it. Adam 06 coming in second. Race Wiz back in third. Top 3 go to the big dance.
Can you believe that? Adam closed, what was that, about 0.5 of a second?
In 3 laps. He closed it by a freight train, like a freight train. So, Blake Anderson, you were talking, as you were calling the race, unfortunately I was having a little bit of a difficult time hearing you on account of all the noise that we were having. But you were pointing some out over here as the cart was kind of skipping going into the corner. What were you referring to there?
Oh, with like 6 laps to go, the thing starts taking rubber, and you can see it in the karts because they start hopping through all these S-turns. As soon as you set it, it just dot through there.
How do you get around that? Because when you're bouncing around like that, that's going to scrub off some speed, is it not?
Well, I weigh about 250 pounds, so I don't get too much of a hop, but these lighter guys really get to it down here. I can tell. I think it actually helps for the most part, but yeah. I think Jordy did a pretty damn good job running 18.6. I mean, just for instance, my best lap time, 19.003.
Well, the track conditions changed too, which also could very well have helped you.
Well, I think they rubbered up a little quicker than we did, but it definitely took rubber while we were out there. Or tires heating up, whatever. I don't know if it takes rubber on concrete, but it sure looked like it.
It sounds really good. From an analyst's perspective, that sounds really good, Blake.
I do know one thing. There's a little pothole down here coming through this sharp hairpin, and if you hit it just right, you can set the car off of it. So,
nice
tip to all you people that want to come up here and spend a little money and have some fun.
Inside information.
That's right.
Well, preliminary action now completed here at ProKart. We'll take a few minutes, get everybody set up and lined up for tonight's A-Main event. Once again, we'd like to give a huge thank you to everybody here at ProKart here in Burnsville for allowing us to come and broadcast league racing here. They can equip any sort of event that you're looking for, a family outing, a bunch of buddies, or a business outing. They can set you up great in their booth over here to our left to have a great fun time of racing action, competitive on and off the track here at ProKart. And once again, if you or your business is interested in marketing here with MBTV Sports, please get a hold of us at the Facebook page or at mbtvsports.com. We can set up any sort of marketing portfolio that you are looking to promote yourself or your business. And we can get everything rolling. Once again, contact information over the MBTV Sports Facebook page or mbtvsports.com. At this time, we'd like to step aside and thank some of our marketing partners.
Auto Value Parts Stores has the parts you need for your car, truck, boat, or RV. With 8 locations in the Finger Lakes, including Canandaigua, Auto Value can help you find the parts you need, like motor oil for that do-it-yourself oil change, electrical wiring and lighting for your trailer. We even make customer-specific hydraulic hoses. Auto Value stocks everything that racer in your family needs. Let us help you locate your part or search online at autovalue.com.
Kevco has been an industry leader in high-performance oil pans and components for over 35 years. Made in Fairmont, Minnesota, Kevco prides itself on being American-made. Kevco has expanded our product line way beyond just oil pans to valve covers, breather systems, jack stands, boilers, wheel sockets, and much, much more. Check out KevcoRacing.com to see everything we have to offer, including our line of street, off-road, and performance oil pans and accessories. Or call 800-770-3557 to talk with our friendly customer service today.
Last week they changed the track before the A-Main too.
Oh, that's what that. No, I was serious when I said that. They really wanted you guys down there when they were arguing, not just like it was.
Welcome back, everybody, to MBTV Sports. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are live here at ProKart in Burnsville. We are getting A-Main action about set. Drivers getting in carts. We're making sure we've got all carts available. It looks like Jordy back there talking over carts with the ProKart staff.
Trying to find the fastest one, Colin.
Can you blame him?
No,
I can't.
There is a huge difference cart to cart, by the way. And just so the viewers know, it turns out Caleb and I did not make the transfer, so we're here.
There was a big difference in carts from. I got to take one more shot. There was a big difference in carts from the first set of heat races to the second, because you started pole of the second round of heat races, and you
Correct.
did start in the cart that won the first 2 heat races.
Oh, it was a huge difference, yeah. It was a huge difference. You could just totally tell that it wasn't my fault at all. It was totally the cart was lacking speed after those first 2 wins.
Mechanical failures and
100%.
Yeah.
Sticky throttle
quite
cables.
visible.
Gremlins.
Here with the 2023 Rowdy Nationals champion, Caleb Moen. Caleb, tell us a little bit about your experience out there. What'd you learn? What do you think? You enjoy your second time here at ProKart Burnsville?
I definitely did. It was fun. It was a blast. I love getting laps at this place, but I was humbled, that's for sure. I didn't know. I knew I'd lose, but I didn't know I'd lose that bad. And just watching these guys make laps is just amazing. This is a whole different top tier of competition at this little track in Burnsville, and I'm amazed by it.
Well, obviously you didn't make the show, otherwise you wouldn't be up here in the announcer's booth with us. They say those who can't race announce, which is probably my excuse. Talk to me about a little bit of the strategy that went into coming into this event. Obviously, I had to be pretty open-minded about everything, and just, I would assume, just come here and kind of learn.
Yeah, that's for sure. I just don't want to make anyone mad by me being so slow, and I only made one guy mad, but it's all right. I followed the fast guys and looked at the lines, and now it's just, I can observe everything and just learn from here.
Thanks so much, Caleb. Appreciate you, buddy.
Now we've got carts starting to make their way to the racetrack as the course starting to take a little bit different shape now as A-Main action will begin. It looks like they tightened up the top of the S curve over there in what we will call corner number 2.
Oh, that's way tighter, boys.
And things are going to get a little bit door to door over there.
Look at them all looking at that like, hey, that wasn't there before.
Yeah, they're kind of But they're questioning if they're going to do any more or any less. Oh, I understand so this will be the Joker. This will be the Joker.
Oh, man.
They can either go to the inside or the outside. They have to at least go to the outside of said Joker one time through the race.
I have terrible ADD, so I can 100% understand why I did not make the A main, because that would have threw me right for a loop.
If Blake didn't take it the first time, he would not have taken it at all.
Correct. Probably would have been DQ'd at the end of the deal.
They probably would have DQ'd you because you couldn't go back any farther.
Just because of my beard. All right, boys, who are we picking? Come on, dollar bets. Let's go. What do you got, Ben?
I'm going to go with... Actually, you know what?
What's that?
I don't know.
You going to take a shot in the wind and wait for the lineup to show here so you can put a name to a card?
Yeah. I think I'm going to go with Naderade. Naderade, he had a good showing in his first heat.
I've got cart 15.
15.
Cart 15 has been hot. I'm going to change my pick. I'm going to cart 6.
All right.
We better get Caleb in here on this.
Our
Caleb Moen, who are you picking, buddy?
Number 10.
Cart number 10 for the producer.
I'll pick... I don't know. I'll pick the number 5.
Cart number 5.
Matt's got Dale Earnhardt. I mean, cart number 3.
That was a good cart. I just for the record, I'm going to take. I think it was Nate, maybe, or Adam. Adam in the 4.
Adam in the 4.
Adam in the 4. He gained 3/10. Here we go.
That was actually last week's winner. I can give you an actual name. That is Adam Ratliff.
All right, here we go, boys.
25 laps. The distance. The green is up and down. We are gone.
Hot hour. Adam takes the lead. See what this corner here proves. Still consistent as always.
Adam looking to go back to back here as he will lead lap number 1 with 24 to go.
Man, they sure get bottled up in that corner. Big speed advantage coming off of that down there. You can roll it just right. That's what I'm saying. Can you hear me, Ben? How about now?
We've got 2 taking the chicane on the opening lap. They're obviously the 2 back carts. That's Lil D and Nick taking the chicane right away.
Oh. Is that what we call that? We call that a chicane?
It is technically a joker, but I am not smart enough to remember that term, so we say chicane every once in a while.
Only raced on ovals. Oh, we got a wave from, is he taking the joker?
Oh! And he gets hooked!
Dang, gumming.
That was Adam 06. Unfortunately for Blake, he's going to go backward in a hurry. But
everybody else has got to take the lap too, boys.
Everybody's got to take the joker.
Oh, geez, shot her right in there. He did.
He just said hello.
So we got a new leader in Jordy, and I think we really can observe when these guys are going to go into that choker corner. And they have 21 laps to do. We got another one that just went through that corner. That was the number 14, Nate. Nate went through the corner. Good battle happening out front. Jordy takes the joker corner.
Only loses 2 spots on that one.
And you know, Adam took the joker corner early last week, was able to regain the lead. Let's see if Sam VP or Clutch will take it early and hopefully have that opportunity for a lead later in the race.
Adam's got a lot of work to do there, boys. A lot of work. It's hot and heavy right there coming in to what I would call turn 1. I think that's how this track works. That is a turn 1, correct, Colin?
We counted 12 turns, but we have deemed everything to our right or camera right is turn number 1. Everything to turn number 2 will be to the left.
What a fantastic explanation you just did there for the listeners, Colin. Glad I was listening.
Sam VP continuing to lead with Jordy running in the second spot. Crusher in third, Clutch running fourth, and Nugget rounding out the top 5.
Running in 6th, Racing Ryan Racemaze. We're running in 7th, Animal 6 in 8th. and Nick Buto actually just got in the 8th, Little D running in 9th. Racing Ryan running out your first 10, and Nate rounding out your field.
Clutch took the Joker the last time around. He is now running in the 4th position from 2nd. Jordy so far the beneficiary of an early Joker running in 2nd. There goes the leader through.
He takes his lap. By the way, the last lap he just ran was a 18.614, which was his fastest lap so far. So what a perfect time to take that.
Sam VP right on the tail of Jordy. Heading into the 2nd set of corners. VP can get back to that front runner spot. Jordy hanging on as they cross the start finish line. And we have 13 laps remaining in this 25-lap main event.
My pick, Adam, making his way back up to 6th. He's just about in the open, boys. Oh, pass for the lead.
There's the pass for the lead. Sam VP retakes the lead from Jordy. Sam putting a good distance between himself and Jordy through the first set of turns now.
That Sam is fast.
Only lost one spot when Sam VP went through the choker and managed to regain the lead now with about a half-cart advantage heading into the camera right turns. Now coming down the back stretch. 1 through 4, separated by about 5
for third place.
lengths. And the Clutch moved into 3rd place. Clutch coming in clutch.
He was coming in clutch on that one. What is that turn? He made her look easy.
We've got 10 laps to go now as Sam VP continues to run up front with Jordy in 2nd, right on his back bumper. Clutch able to get to the 3rd spot. It's Crusher in 4th, Nugget running in the 5th position.
Old Crusher there, he's really getting after it. You see him sawing on that wheel through them corners. It's starting to rubber up, if I say so myself.
She's a little dry slick on the concrete now.
Oh, she is getting the hot, boys.
Keep your eye on Jordy and that number 3 carrot all over the back bumper of Sam VP, who's out front in the 10th. Jordy seems to be able to gain the most ground in entering into that S-curve. Again, Jordy and Sam VP already took the choker corners. They were waiting outside of the top of that S-curve. As the laps are winding down, going to come to the start-finish line, and they have 6 more trips around ProKart Burnsville.
Reminds me a lot of NASCAR. You get your packs of 4 or packs of 2, just like that. Ho-ho! We got a pass for 7-ish area in there.
This time around, we'll see 5 laps remaining. Your top 4 nose to tail through the final set of turns. 5 laps to go.
15 slide job. Is that, they call that slide jobs, Colin?
It's kind of a glide job around here. We got a 3 wide with
great battle taking place for 6th, 7th, and 8th. Animal 6 in the 6th one of the 4 cart. Nick Buto in the 7th position running the 9 cart, and Little D in the 6th cart running in 8th. A good battle. Laps clicking down in your 25-lap ProKart Burnsville main event.
Sam VP just ran his quickest lap of 18.4. Damn, that's cooking.
That's what you want in the closing laps as you're the leader. You're kind of getting faster as the race goes on.
That's what they tell me, Colin.
Sam VP putting some real estate between Lad Cart and the rest of the field with about a half-second advantage at the start-finish line. Now that time by side-by-side the flags went out. That meant 2 to go at the stripe. Sam VP at the top of this. Coming around the final turn, going to be greeted by 1 to go. This time by Sam VP, Jordy Clutch. Your first 3.
This is for all the peanuts, boys.
Down the back stretch for the final time.
Oh, swinging wide. 15 swinging wide. Slide job. Oh, not quite.
And coming to the checkered flag, Sam VP does a masterful job to win here at ProKart Indoor.
What a great race.
Sam VP picks up the win. Jordy in second, Clutch in third, Crusher fourth, Nugget in fifth, and Lil D in the sixth spot, Adam 06 in seventh, Nick in eighth, Racing Ryan in ninth, Nate in 10th, and Racewiz rounds out the field in 11th.
Fantastic.
We will get a word with Sam VP.
On the plus side, boys, looks like I'd only be about 2/10 off of the last place finish. Totally could have been out there.
Would you have been able to complete the 30 laps?
I would have totally forgot my Joker lap, but yeah, I'd have been able to complete all 30 for sure. Sam VP was quick, though, and very consistent. That was quite impressive.
Yeah, definitely. And a racetrack like this, and I think it stands to reason with any road course, obviously, once you find the line, as you and I talked about, and Caleb on the way here, you got to try and keep your kart the most straight as possible.
Yep.
And not scrub off any of that momentum. So Sam VP did a really good job, especially around those S-curves, being able to hang on to that momentum going through those S-curves, and Sam VP being able to park it in that victory lane. Gentlemen, let's talk about ProKart Burnsville. Let's talk about this facility here for a second.
Very nice.
Incredible facility.
Lots of room to view from. They got a little, like, whatever you call it, party room here. Lots of chairs. I mean, it's a great place to honestly have a party, and we did do our Christmas party for work here. I mean, there was only 8 of us, but we still got to race. Had a couple people hang out with us during a couple races, but it's a blast. I mean,
hey, a party doesn't matter if there's 80 people or 8 people. It's still a party.
You're damn right.
Especially when it comes to things with wheels that can go around and go fast with. So, beautiful place here, ProKart Burnsville. Thank you so much for having us here at MBTV Sports, and thank you so much to each and every one of you for tuning in with us here tonight.
We will have the winner, Sam VP, coming up in just a couple of moments. Sam did a masterful job going along the Joker at the perfect time. Sam, come on over. Here is tonight's winner. It's Sam VP. Sam, we know that's not your actual name. Introduce yourself here to MBTV Sports.
Explanatory. I've been running this league for, I think I joined in 2019, end of 2018. I've been running karts here for 8-9 years.
We chatted with Adam early on, and his big thing was experience is key getting around the tight confines here inside of ProKart.
I actually probably a month or two ago he was kind of asking because he was watching me return some laps. Like, how do you hit the same line every time? It's like I kind of did the math, and I think I have over 10,000 laps on that track, so it helps.
Talk to us about the strategy of taking the choker corner over here in the S-curves, as far as when to do it and why you do it, when you do it.
Depending on what joker it is, in terms of, say, like a fast or a slow joker. For the slow ones, say if you're towards the back, you want to do it early when everybody's bunched up. But when you're towards the front, depending on what kart you have, you kind of look, do I have a gap? Because if you don't, you're going to wind up in a bunch of karts. But there, I just took it where I looked behind me and saw that I had probably 3 or 4 kart lengths between me and the next guy, and behind him was even farther. So just at that point, it was like, have to take it.
Well, absolutely. Congratulations to you here tonight. This makes victory number what for you on how many times have you won here at ProKart Burnsville? Approximately.
I have no idea. I know the championships. I got 8 of them. Me and Jordy were battling pretty early. It's really fun when he gets out here every week. We battle really well. Last league, he put in a hell of a hard effort, and he came away with it, but I'll take that after winning 5 in a row, so.
Congratulations. Thanks so much for coming out here tonight, and give a shout out to anybody you'd like to on MBTV Sports.
Oh, gosh. Probably just my mom for putting up with me. That's about it. That's about it.
Well, thanks a lot, Sam. We appreciate you. Thanks for stopping up.
There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight's winner, Sam Vanderplatz. And once again, we'd like to thank everybody for tuning in here on YouTube. on MBTV Sports. We are live once again from ProKart Burnsville. They can service all of your party needs. No event is too small for them here at ProKart. And once again, my name's Colin Lloyd for Ben Brost. We'll see you again next Tuesday night.
Kevco has been an industry leader in high-performance oil pans and components for over 35 years. Made in Fairmont, Minnesota, Kevco prides itself on being American-made. Kevco has expanded our product line way beyond just oil pans to valve covers, breather systems, jack stands, boilers, wheel sockets, and much, much more. Check out KevcoRacing.com to see everything we have to offer, including our line of street, off-road, and performance oil pans and accessories. Or call 800-770-3557 to talk with our friendly customer service today.
Freight is the backbone of the country, and as long as people need goods, they're going to need somebody to get it to them. My name is Matt Bohl with QualityFreightRate.com, powered by T-Force Worldwide. We provide LTL, truckload, and expedited freight services across this country. If your freight weighs over 120 pounds going over 120 miles, that's where my shipping